Good afternoon, my good friends. I hope you're all well. The weather is rainy, it's damp, so stay in and watch me like you always do. Lovely to see you all. I hope you're all well. Lots of smiley, happy faces, having a chit chat over on our live over here. I do stand here and watch quite often. You do amuse me, some of the things that you talk about. It's like brother talking to sister and sister shouting mum, and it's so funny. For those of you who are tuning in, my name is Toni and this is our fabulous studio here in Wakefield, the How To Craft channel, which is going to allow you to get that inspiration and all the good stuff with regards to your stamp, dies, paper craft. Unfortunately, we don't do soft craft because I can't sew a button, so we would not survive if it meant me having to sew buttons and zip. Just a no-no. I might try crochet one day though, one day. So if you are brand new to the channel, don't forget to click our subscribe button, okay? That allows you to get all the notifications when we're live, when other lovely guests are live, and it also lets you know when we've popped some quick pick videos up as well, where it cuts out me talking in the live studio and you can just get a feel of a quick technique and maybe take yourself off and just enjoy that technique. Also, we have a little HD button on there that gives you a better viewing experience as well. And if you would be so kind as to like the video, if you've enjoyed it that is, and pop a comment below, that would be greatly appreciated. This gives us a wider reach to the craft community, so if anybody is home alone at the moment, which a lot of you are, there is that inspiration there should they need it. So today I have a fabulous giveaway, but you have to stay tuned for the giveaway, okay? I'm going to try and give away a giveaway every time I'm live. I'm going to try. I can't promise, but I am going to try. And that's just me saying thank you for tuning in all the time. So thank you, everyone. So let's say hi to our friends. Hi, Rosie. Hi, Anne, Jackie. Hi, Michaela, Amanda, Tracy, Julie, Jackie, Christine, Bernadette, Barbara O'Reilly. I love it when we get full names. We get some funny ones. Pat Pepper, is Pat Pepper on? Enid, Nola, lovely to see you all. I'm going to do a little technique today that I have done before, but it's years ago. And I felt like today's dye that I'm going to use is it lends itself really, really well to this technique. So hopefully you'll be able to get involved. Now, if you don't have the products I'm using in show, don't worry about it. You will have something in your stash. But if you do like any of the products, just pop FBL into the search engine over on our website and you'll be able to see all the products that are either new or have been launched in studio and things like that. So did you all enjoy Simon's show yesterday? It was good, wasn't it? Super cool. Farmyard animals. Hey, who would have guessed? I'm one of the pigs, you know, like pig. I'd be one of those pigs that roll around in the mud. You know, if you had to pick a character, who would you pick? I'd definitely be a pig, because I'd be like, right, I don't have to stay clean, I haven't got to go to work, so I'm going to roll in mud all day. What would you be? Oh. So grab your cup of tea or your cup of coffee and let's have some fun. I haven't really got much to talk about today, although I do have the lovely lady's name who won this product from our giveaway last time I was live on YouTube. So if you want to be in with a chance to win one of the giveaways that I put forward, they're not always brand new products. Sometimes they are my older products, or sometimes they are products where we've had a damaged case or something like that. And it's such a shame for them to sit in our store. So, and that's why we try and give them away, because somebody might benefit from something they couldn't originally afford as well. And if you have got it and you could afford it, then maybe you can gift it to somebody, which is lovely as well. Okay, I love pigs. Amanda says. So the winner of this one from my last studio, which will have been the Thursday, because I was on TV on the Friday, wasn't I? And I've written it down here. So we've got the lovely Latricia Huckabee. So I hope Latricia is on. If she's not on, I think she is. She did comment on the video, so well done, Latricia. If you're watching this video or on catch up, just PM me your address and name and let me know which product it was that you won, some banner dies. So then I can link the two together and I will get them sent straight out to you. So well done, Latricia Huckabee. So we'll sort that one. So let's just set that one aside. I have a nice giveaway, but I'm not telling you till the end because I want you all to stay with me. So if I'm boring, you can mute me if you want to. Please don't though. So I'm just looking around at my set. It's fabulous, isn't it? I absolutely love our set. super proud. So if you are tuning in for the first time, How to Craft Network is going to be amazing. We're working on some special graphics and things so that you don't have to go out of YouTube into our website and put FBL and find the products and frustrate yourself. It's all going to be here on screen. Super cool. Working very hard on that. So let's do a lovely technique. So the product that I'm going to use today is our special price product. So this is £5. So if you're thinking, do you know what, I don't have anything like that and I would like to give that a go, we've put this on a special price. We always do a special offer every Tuesday on the Stamps by Me page, and this is the one. I know a lot of you have already bought it, so you can sit back. However, if you don't want this product, that's absolutely fine. Have a look in your stash. All you need is something with open fretwork design in there to get this sort of stained glass look window. Okay, so this is the one that I'm going to use today. So you're saving £12 on that one. So let's show you what we're going to do. So first of all, for this specific technique, and it's such a cool technique, it really is. So I do encourage you to try this technique. I know a lot of you tried the ink swiping technique and the bubbles. I've seen so many samples, so well done everybody for getting involved and giving it a go. The card swiping technique as well, so do give this a go because it does look super cool. So I'm going to use the floral element and the leaf element, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut one. Let's have a look, and I'm going to cut the outline as well in white. I've just popped them on my cutting plate here. I'm just making sure I don't miss any comments, that's all. So is everybody well? Everybody's looking after everybody? Hopefully. Hopefully. So for this specific technique, the focal point of the card, which is going to be the rose and the leaves, you need to cut it several times. I've already cut a few ahead of time, so so you don't get the pain of me running them through my die cutting machine several times. So I have my lovely outline, which is required for this technique. Just get rid of that piece of tape off there. So there's my outline. It's just a white outline there. And then we have our lovely design here on our mat. I'll just pop that off there. Like so. Pop out all of those bits. And then we have this sort of open fretwork rose design on here. So let's just move this out of the way. So if you have done this technique before, you'll have to let me know how it turned out. Now I did a boo-boo when I was doing this, and I'll explain what went wrong for me when I was doing it, because I appreciate some of you may do the same as I did. So what I've done is I've already cut some ahead of time. There's two stuck together here. So I've stuck two together on this piece here, and I'm going to stick a third. So basically 3 die cuts all stuck together. And this creates like that lovely embellishment. I'm just going to pop it on my mat here because I have been putting it on my hand, and I say I'm going to stop doing it every time and I always forget, and then I do, it irritates my hand. So be careful if you are popping it on the back of your hand. So I'm just going to pop that onto there like that. So I've got a build up of 3 here. And so we've got sort of like a thicker embellishment now, rather than like just a 200 GSM. I've got a lovely thick embellishment there. So let's just clean this off here. There we go. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to stick it to this piece of white card, which is our matten layer, which gives us that lovely 1mm border. Can we see that there? You stick it on top. White on white looks absolutely incredible if you can do it. I so have the idea of, sticking with white and white, but then as the demo progresses, I always have to add that pop of colour somewhere. I'm just popping a little bit of blue behind here, like so. I'm just going to grab a piece of card here. Just going to get rid of the excess because it'll all splurge out. And then we'll stick it onto our piece. So we'll just give that a second to grab. And then we've got our sort of beautiful embellishment to go with the colour. So, hi Marilyn. Marilyn. Yep, hi Marilyn. Have we got some new people on today? Is anybody brand new to the channel today? If you are, don't forget to click that subscribe button. Don't forget, and please share anything we do with regards to inspiration. I want everybody to see what we're doing. We do stand here every single day. If it's not me, it is somebody else. We just want you to get that inspiration. So we have our pieces on there. So I'm just going to grab my palette here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to colour inside this flower, just with some watercolours here. Don't dip it in your coffee. Do not do that. Seeing if there's anybody new. So let's mix up some colour. So I'm going to go with this dark colour here. And I'm not going to try and be perfect, because you can't be perfect, because you will get it everywhere. So the technique is just to get the colour in those gaps. Okay, so the centre of my rose is going to be darker. So I'm just going to get that colour. I'm just going to push all that colour into those spaces. Sorry, excuse the head. Into those spaces. Make sure you twist your design around and make sure you get all that colour tucked in to all of those spaces in there. And then let's go this one. And we'll go into this one. Try and make it as vibrant as you can. So I'm just turning that design around, twisting my brush, pushing it into all of those corners to get that colour down. Now don't worry about what it looks like at the moment. So let's swap out for, we'll go with this one here, purple. So I'm just getting all that colour in those spaces. Barbara Very, fairly new to Stamps by Me. I've just found your YouTube. Welcome to the channel, sweetheart. Part of the family. Lovely place to come. Get some inspiration. If you've got any questions at all, you can just ask here, and hopefully we'll be able to help you out with anything that you need. So there we have quite an ugly flower. But you have to bear with, okay? You have to persevere with this technique because it is incredible. So I'm just making sure we've got all of those spaces in there coloured right through, so we've got no white in there. So let's do those lovely, lovely leaves next. So let's get some green down. So I'll get that green into those spaces, and I'm going to do 2 shades of green just to give it a little bit of dimension. Then we'll go a darker green towards the tip. So I would say, as always, if you're doing one, do several. So cut lots of the embellishments, stick a few on top of each other, stick them all together at once, paint them at once. And just make sure you've got plenty of colour in there. The deeper the colour, the better the effects, okay? And I'm happy with that. Albeit it looks like my son's done it, which is fine. It's fine, bear with. So let's try this one off very quickly. So just drying that watercolour in those pieces there. Vivian, this is her 3rd visit. Part of my post-COVID therapy. Oh, bless you, sweetheart. Yeah, we're live every day at 3 o'clock or 1 o'clock. Somebody will be here, hopefully. So that's pretty much good to go now. So to create the sort of stained glass window effect, you need like a glossy accents. I have here a crackle accent, but there is a pin flare glossy finish. You will have something in your stash that gives you this sort of look. If you haven't got this product, maybe think about a clear embossing powder. That's a great alternative. What else could we use? A varnish, that would work as well. So have a look in your stash. I'm sure you've got something deep in those drawers that'll be able to create this technique. Okay, so as you can see, my bottle says crackle accents. Now, I didn't read it when I picked it up, I just thought it was the obviously glossy accents. So when I came to check on the embellishment that I'd done this morning, it were all cracked. I was like, hey, what's gone on? Is it because my room's cold? What's going on? It's cracked, it's cracked. Then I realised I'd used the crackle accent. So the effects are better if you've got the glossy, but it does work if you've got the crack. You just get the cracks in there too. I was thinking, my gosh, my room is not that cold, surely. But anyway, so all I'm going to do now with the glossy accents, or in this instance crackle, is I'm just going to put some into those spaces. So I'm just going to fill in all of these spaces with the crackle accents. So again, I'm going to have to twist the design. I'm going to have to push that glossy mixture basically into all of those crevices, and I'm just going to fill all of those holes with the shiny liquid. And what will happen is over time this will dry cracked, and I've got one ahead of time to show you. And it doesn't matter if you get it on top of your design, we'll hide all of that, okay? So the only thing you need to be worried about now is getting that lovely liquid into those sort of open spaces. If you get any air bubbles in there, just pop them with a little needle or your pokey tool or something like that. So I'm just filling all of those spaces with the accents. I think an enamel, there'll be some enamel products probably that will give you this finish. This is the only one I have personally, but so hopefully you'll be able to lift. There we go, you can see the shine in there. So I'm just filling all of those spaces. Really simple. Now you just have to bear in mind, guys, that when you're doing this at home, it takes a while to dry. So that's why I always say, if you're doing one, do a few. Get them all done, prepped. You can leave them while you go and have your lunch or something, and then they're all going to be dry for when you come back. So that's one leaf done. So it's a really actually quite a fun technique. The only downside is you have to wait for this to dry, but it's not a great shake, is it? I suppose if you plan ahead. The effects are really pretty as well, so it's definitely one of those techniques that's definitely worth doing. It's not time consuming and the results are rubbish. It's time consuming, but the results are incredible. So have I filled all those spaces? It looks like it, yeah. So I have sort of a shiny embellishment there. Can we see it? There we go. So you can see already we've got that stained glass finish, but it looks ugly because we've pushed our paintbrush into all of those spaces. So here I have one that's already dry. It's cracked. It's a cracked one. But here we go. Can we see this one here? So this is dry now, okay? So really cool. It does honestly look like glass. It looks incredible. Now, how do we tidy this design up? Just one second, let me just clean this accents. So how do we tidy the design up? So all you do is you cut another one, okay? So this will be 4 die cuts, and I'm going to stick it directly over the top. And when you stick it on top, look what happens, it tidies it all up. So let's stick this on here. If you've got a bit of a tremor or a shake, it won't matter what this looks like, because we're going to hide it now with a pretty clean design. I'm just going to stick this straight on the top. Push it down. And now we have a really pretty, I'll just hold it up in a second, I'll just let it grab. We see that now. Lovely pretty design that we've cleaned straight up because we put that lovely die cut embellishment back over the top to hide any of our makings. It's really cool. Super cool actually. You see that there? Yay. Really, there we go. Really pretty. So it shows you when you swap out the shades of green in the leaves, you get sort of that texture, don't you? So don't be scared to do it. So that's that one. I have got one ahead of time. So I've got 2 now. So shall we create a lovely card? So all you need really is a die cut that's sort of like, you're going to need the matte layer underneath, this sort of, so it holds the mixture, and your paint. but you need sort of an open fretwork design. I'm quite liking the cracked look now. It's growing on me. I didn't expect it to be cracked. So just be mindful when you are picking up those glossy accents, which one you do actually pick up. Yep, and it hides all the paint, so it makes you look really, really cool. So let's just set these aside and let's bring in some white cardstock. Now, I wanted something for a background, and I wanted something really, really different today. So what I've done is I've dug out one of my Thirsty Brush background stamps, and it's this one. So you've probably seen this one. It's like the geometric pattern on here. So I'm going to use this one here. These are available and on the web, but again, if you don't have anything like this, maybe swap it out for a stencil design in the background or something that you may already have. Okay, so what I'm going to do, super huge, I'm going to use this whole geometric corner here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do it top corner across the top of my card, like so. You see that there? And I'll hold it in place, and I'm going to do an embossing technique just so we've got a little bit difference going on really. I'm going to pick up that stamp. I'm just going to anti-static the area where I'm wanting to stamp. I don't want the embossing to stick anywhere other than where I need it to be, and then a sticky ink pad. Sorry to hear your sad news. Have I missed something? Could we have a look, please? As Carol, I'm sorry about that. It's okay, Nathan. I'm sorry about that, sweetheart. We are here for you. Stay connected. Message somebody on Facebook. Anybody, me, anybody. It's always good to have somebody to chat to. So I'm just inking up this stamp here with the sticky ink pad. And I'm going to stamp it onto this white cardstock. Now this stamp looks incredible. If you're thinking, well, I love that stamp, but I'm not sure what I'd do with it, go to the Thirsty Brush fan page, which is the Thirsty Brush. It's Brushette. Claire's got lots of samples on there using this one. Some incredible samples actually. So I'm just going to do it twice, just in case I've missed any of the little areas. Oh, Enid saying she's here for you all. That is very, very true. Enid is one of the ladies that takes a lot of her time to speak to other crafters as well. And Enid's also not had the best running either. She's been quite unwell herself, so she can relate to a lot of what's going on. So if you do want somebody to talk to, Enid is a great starting point. Now, don't overwhelm her. I'm not going to start paying her for being in the online chat. She'll kill me. But thank you, Enid. That's very kind. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do white on white. So I've got a white embossing powder here. So you're not going to see it initially. So you can hopefully just see that design. There we go. You can see it at the top there where it's stuck to that sticky embossing powder. So let's just get rid of this one here. So let's heat set this one with our gun. So I'm going to get my gun warm, get it good and warm before you pop it on your project. I'm just going to heat set this one very quickly in the white. Now unfortunately you won't see it straight away. There we go, so you won't see it because it's white. So let's just move this out of the way for now. So what I'm going to do is, because the design has quite a symmetrical element to it, I'm going to cut along those lines. So I'm going to cut it away from my card here. So hopefully you'll be able to see what I'm doing. So I'm just going to go and follow the design. Take your time. I'm leaving a little bit of a border because I think it looks pretty with a little bit of a border. So you can't see it at the moment, but we have a lovely heat embossed design in there. So this is where we need to sort of bring it to life a little bit. Now I'm just going to bring in my distress inks here. Just put my finger in my glossy accents, in my wet one. I swear, what a plonker. So don't touch your wet ones, leave them on the side, be patient. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just grab some lovely colours here. So let's go one lipstick and let's just see what else we've got going on. Let's go maybe berry. So let's go pink, but I'm not going to go heavy. I just want to highlight that heat emboss. So I'm just going to move this to one side. I will just make sure my brush is clean, get rid of any colour from before. Looks like it was yellow. There we go. I'm just going to use pink picked raspberry here. Yeah, we'll have to have a huge get together, Julie. How cool would that be? Hey, as soon as we're allowed, trust me, we will do something awesome. So all I'm going to do here is I'm just going to take that pink and I'm just going to add some pink to the design. Now it won't show properly until we burnish it. We give it a rub with some tissue or a cloth, but I'm just going to get that colour down. Hopefully you'll be able to see it a little bit. So it's highlighting that lovely geometric pattern on there. And then we're going to swap out and we'll have an orange. I'm just going to add a touch of orange because we've got orange in our lovely flowers. So all that's doing is it's just enhancing that lovely design on there. Can we see that there? Hope, yeah, look at that, it looks cool, doesn't it? I'll just tilt it, there we go, look at that. So you can see that white design in there. The great thing about these is there's points on here, so you could add gems and things like that if you wanted to. Oh, Valerie spotted an offer on a background of a thirsty brush over on Create and Craft 586548. Go check it out. It's great when Create and Craft put those offers on. It really is cool. Okay, so I'm just going to decide what I'm going to do next, because I think if we add, shall we add a few like water droplets and lift the colour out? So I'm just going to pop some water onto my hand here and I'm just going to flick our design, and hopefully this will just give that little bit of dimension in the background. I'm just going to get some tissue. just reading all of your lovely comment. I'm just trying to stay ahead. It moves so fast, you know. I'm just going to pop this down and hopefully it will just lift a little bit of that ink and give us that lovely textured background that we all love. Oh, it has, it's worked as well. And the more that it dries, let's just blast it off a little bit and it should hopefully... Right, okay, so I'm just going to give that a second to dry. Whilst that's drying, I'm just going to show you a quick video of a little bit of inspiration because I have a quick question from school for homeschooling. So I'll be back with you in 1 minute. I'm back, sorry about that. My son was struggling with Zoom and he was missing out, so I had to quickly run down, sort it out and come back. So, hey, story of our lives, hey, but these are the things that are sent to try us. So back to the lovely demonstration. I do apologise about that. You come to see me craft, not run around with homeschooling. So, where were we? Right, so we have put our lovely splashes on that background then. We've lifted the colour out, haven't we, with our tissue. So what happens here is, look what happens when you grab a piece of white card and you sit it over the top. It looks really, really cool. But first of all, we've got that ink on there. What we need to do is sort of like burnish this white heat embossing here. So get a clean tissue, just give it a good old burnish, push that ink off the top, that's sitting on top, and you'll get a lovely, lovely white image pop through that design there. And we see now how much more that white has come through there. You can see that there. So what we're going to do next. So ahead of time, I have cut Celebrate and Hooray from this lovely Thirsty brush set. So it all comes with the sentiments. So you've got congratulations, cheers, hooray, celebrate. And I've cut these two here just on some white and I've popped some pads behind there, look. Like so. So you can see we've got some quite chunky sentiments on there. And then we have this piece of white cardstock. So what we need to do, I'm not going to stick it flat because it would be a little bit pointless. I am going to elevate the design on here with some pads. So a few pads behind. Now the great thing about this background stamp is Claire's popped on the corner, this one here. So if you are wanting to do a full piece on a card, like at the top, like I have, and then the piece at the bottom, you can actually create a cool aperture in a window. So you're not sort of limited to a sort of corner design on there. You can actually create a full card that's got the geometric all the way around. So, and when you're sort of elevating your design, don't be tight with your pads, because it will just sink, and we don't want your artwork to sink. So grab more pads, grab some more, and make sure you've got plenty of pads on there. And then we can stick this onto. First of all, before I do that though, I'm just going to clean here because we have a little bit of red and orange, and that's going to contaminate my card. There we go. And we'll pop this onto our white cardstock. Have you all spotted the pin badge? It looks that way. Cheeky. I have got some, I'll show you it in a second, hey. That's something nice to show you. That'll cheer us all up, hey. So we have our lovely design. Now I do want to add a little bit of colour to this bottom corner to tie our card together. So I'm going to take the orange, and I'm just going to pop a bit of colour on this corner here. Not much, just a little bit, because this is going to go onto a white top folding note card. So we don't want this piece to sort of get lost, but I don't want it to overwhelm either. So, and these brushes are incredible for getting that colour down without lines. See that there? So we've just taken that hash, and you'll not see it so much now, but when we come to pop it onto our white card blank, you'll see it then. This card is going to look pretty awesome, I think. There we go. So let's pop this onto our top folding note card, which is a white one. Let's go with glue. Yeah, so the pin badges, probably thinking, well, oh, just a fad. And some people might think that, but when I've created them, it's not to make any money, because we don't make any money on them. I did it so that people would know, for one, if you are a Stamps by Me follower, you could be recognised, and two, if you see somebody with a Stamps by Me badge on and you are on here every day, and you go to a show when we're allowed, or to an event, and you see somebody else with a Stamps by Me badge on, it's potentially somebody that's going to be on here, and somebody you may know. So that conversation is, hey, you've got a Stamps by Me badge on, do I know who you are? Because we don't know these people's faces, do we? But you know, we could be talking to them every single day. So if you are a fan, then it's a great opportunity to show that you are a fan as well, isn't it? So there we have. Can we see now how we've got that lovely sort of hue here, which is just taken the sort of blandness out of our white card there. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my lovely flowers. Now again, you can absolutely go to town with where you want to pop your flowers, and they've got that lovely crack in there, which is going to sort of look cool with this sort of geometric panel here. So I'm thinking, if I pop some pads, so we do like a line. What are we thinking? Might chop this bit away and have a lovely line. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Nobody'll ever know. Let's just take these away. So I'm going to have to pop some pads under this side, the side that's going to sit on here, because this is raised. So let's pop a pad. Let's do one at a time. So let's go this one first. And these are rock solid. They are like a stained glass window, and they've got that lovely crack in there as well. So really different for your cards. I'm going to pop this one up here, so it'll sit flat up here, but those pads will sort of bring it to height, if that makes sense there. And I think this one's going to sit on here. So let me just try and cut that design away a little bit more, as much as I can, because I've got a pad under there. And then I'm going to stick this one on top with glue. Let's pull it forward a bit. There we go. Does that look okay? I will faff and faff. You know what I'm like. think it's better. I'm going to go with the gap because you'll see why in a second. So I've got some sentiments and we can fill those gaps. So some glue on here. I'm just going to heighten this one up a little bit so we sort of have that, isn't it? Let's twist it down a little bit. I'm going to go with that. Go with it, go with it. Does anybody else faff like me? It's not a bad thing though, hey? We're being creative. Oh, Jan, sadly we don't have crash shows down where they are. They're not everywhere either, that's the problem. Right, so we have our lovely hooray. So shall we go? So here we can see how the design is quickly going to come together. So we could go celebrate here. Let's go celebrate there. We'll just pop a right underneath, but we'll go, oh, it's got a pad under, so let's go with it. And then let's just add some finishing sparkles just to tie it all together. So shall we just go with white, because we've got a nice bit of colour on there, so let's just go white. And you see those little crosshairs which I told you about? Look how good they look with the gems on the crosshairs of the design. I'm going to keep my sparkles all relatively close, but I am going to work in threes. I'll only have 6 on here, I need one more on there. I'm going to leave it like that now. In fact, that one's not quite right. I just push that one over a little bit if it'll allow. So I don't know if you can see the cracks in, hopefully you might be able to see the cracks in that design of that stained glass. I filled it. Can you see the cracks in there? Are they showing? I hope it always shows better on when I watch it at home, because I always watch my own shows to see where I can get better and improve and stop talking. So hopefully, oh, it's okay, we're just going to get a little look at it now, hopefully for you. So be patient, it's going to be cool. Oh, Paul says it's truly gorgeous. Thanks, Paul. Something a little bit different. We're trying to do some techniques, you know, to encourage you. Yep, it's great if you buy our products, but you will have products in your stash. Look at that. I'll just tilt it a little bit. There you go. So you can see how what was quite an ugly mess, which I'll show you on this one here, look. That was quite an ugly mess. And then when we put that die cut piece over the top, like so, it quickly tidied the design up, didn't it? And it's made it look this cool. So I'm just going to step away while we take a little picture for you. I hope you've liked that one. You know, we do like to try and chop these things up a little bit for you. So if you're not an inky, I'm just stepping out of the way, I'm not walking out the building, you're absolutely fine. If you do like the inky techniquey backgrounds, then you've got that. But if you do like your clean and crisp and your classic looking cards, then you've got that. But don't forget, if you haven't got this specific stamp, it's not the end of the world. Swap it out for a stencil design, stencil through, swap it out for a large background stamp that you might have from another company. It will work. Don't have to chop away the design like I've done there. You know, the idea and the concept is for you to take away and create your own beautiful pieces of art. So I hope you enjoy that one. So I'll pop a picture on afterwards. So that's the lovely card for today. I hope that's okay. I'm so sorry I had to dash out, so unprofessional. But if my son, I can't get in trouble if he misses class. So let's talk about the lovely giveaway. So if you pop a comment under this live video, I'm going to do a giveaway and I will announce the winner tomorrow when I'm live at 3 o'clock. And the giveaway is super cool. So I have 2 of our Carter watercolour paper pads. So we have the A4 and our brand new A5 size. These are now on the website. A lot of you have bought them, but A4 and A5, and this is our watercolour cardstock, which you all love and buy in the droves. So this is going to be the giveaway, and as an added extra, I've also popped in the cool Stamps by Me pin badge, enamel pin badge. So there we go. You saw my son with it on his jacket. He wanted to model it. Mum had no chance, so that's over on my Facebook page as well. So the giveaway is for this and these 2 lovely watercolour pads. All you need to do is, after we've gone live or finished going live, pop a comment underneath, and it can be about anything. It can be about your circumstances at home. It can be about the project. It can be about something you've tried and failed, and can you help, or did you enjoy the show? It's something you do all the time. Just let us know. We do love to see your comments and I will reply. And this will go to 1 lucky winner tomorrow at 3 o'clock. So the inspiration is there for you. And the winner of the last giveaway is Latricia Huckabee. I hope I'm pronouncing that correct. So well done everybody, and I'll see you all tomorrow at 3 o'clock. It's going to be cool. I'll see you all then. Thanks guys. See you later. Bye.